She can talk to me about hair all the time. I say, anytime, I will help you. You just let me know. She's like, Constance, you're a single mom, though. I don't want to take your time. I know you're busy. I'm busy. Megan, anytime, I will help you with her hair. Constance, no, but you're busy. Just tell me what should I get. Megan, get this. How does this look? Oh, it's cute. So what do I do? I'm like, Megan, get this, do this, do that. Finally, as time went on, Megan was out again. She goes, I really hate to bother you, but I need your help. Megan, I've been telling you, anytime you need me, just let me know, I'm there. So I go to Megan's house the first time to do baby girl hair. And Keith sits there and they both look at me as I'm like, going through this. And they're like, how do you think we're doing? And I look at them and I'm like, and Tom, his brother's there, and he goes, seriously, Constance. Like, what do you think? How are you doing? And I'm like, well, they're doing the best that they can, not having African American hair and not knowing how to. So at that moment, Megan pulled out her phone. She is like going, like all of my products are free. She's taking a picture of everything, taking pictures. Like, this is all you have to do. Keith, this is all you have to do. You just wash it, let it go. We wash your hair every week. No, you don't wash black people's hair that often. So they're like, oh, Megan puts her mom on FaceTime. She's like, Mom, this is Constance. She's doing Juju's hair. Can you tell my mom what you said about Juliana's hair? And like, little black girls don't really get to wear their hair down unless it's hot on their press. And when she's able to take care of it on her own, then you let her wear her down. Until then, we do things that maintain it for length. Oh, but we like it down. It's braided so it looks good down. Juliana loved her hair. Megan texted me and said, hey, we're going to make this a regular thing. And tell Megan, I'm doing this from the bottom of my heart. I don't want anything from you. I leave. A day later, I get a Venmo time. I'm like, Megan, no. Megan, no. Constance, you spend so much time. I'm like, Megan, no, I don't want your money. I just want to do this out the bottom of my heart. I go back. I do Juju's hair again. This time it's a little different. Megan's still trying to keep herself positive and keep strong for me. She sat there at that table even though she was weak. And I said, you don't have to stay here. I can do this. She said, no, this gets me out of the house. This gets me out of the house. This lets me interact. She sat there, and it was a long day. Juliana wasn't having the best day. She was fighting tooth and nail, everything was out to the spring. And Megan said, we got this. I could tell, tired as she was. She still sat there, and she made sure she was there the whole time I was there. Megan, you don't have to stay here. You can go inside if I said. She said, no. I think when I left, we normally embrace and I walk away. But something inside of me told me to go back and have a little longer. He said, Megan, can I wear this a little longer? She goes, yes, we embrace, we help. And when I got the things, I was so happy. So long, I think that I should share that last moment with her. After that, I had more text conversation. And then my text don't look really plugged inside. And in one of our last conversations, Megan said, Constance, when am I going to get my joy? I'm fighting to go win my joy. I said, Megan, you will get your joy, but your joy is not going to be joy. I want to say rest in peace. Megan, you got to live out your joy. I love you. I'm short, so very good.
Just a couple of little stories to show you who Megan was. When I first started working in ER, I was terrified to be there. Coming from med surg, and Megan was the charge nurse one day, and she was just everywhere, just doing everything, making everything run. And I asked her later in the day, "How often are you charged down here?" And she looked at me and was like, "Oh my God, this is my first day. Am I screwing it up?" And I just cracked up and knew that she was going to be my person in that department. And every morning, if you worked with her, you knew that she would get there at 6:36 on the dot. And say, "Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm ever going to get here at 6:30. And she never did. And then she would sit at the desk with us, and Keith would FaceTime her so she could say her good mornings to her kids before they went off to school. And if you were there that day, you were FaceTiming her kids. And I watched those kids grow up on FaceTime. I was telling Keith this morning, with her being on, I missed the kids' faces because I talked to them so much. Just recently she FaceTimed me, and I was at a dentist and had my mask and my goggles and all my junk on my face, so go in the bag, I take everything off my face, and she interrupts herself telling me about her cancer metastasizing to yell at me for how red my nose is because my mask was so tight. And she said, "You gotta do something else about that." And I'm like, "Can we focus here?" And she would not finish her story until I promised to go out of the break room, get something for my nose and put it on before she would finish telling me everything that was going on with her. That's the type of friend and person that maybe was to all of us, that, no matter what was happening in her life, she was worried about all of us and looking over us. And, she's a mom of 3 kids, and I'm a mom of 3 kids, and we would comment about how hard it is sometimes to find the time to hang out with pre-COVID, of course. And we made it work, but more often than not, we FaceTimed for a minute and a half. And I'd be like, "You could just text me, maybe." And she's like, "No, I want to see your face." And she is the only person on this planet that I would ever FaceTime, because I hate seeing my own face. And she would call me, and 30 seconds later be like, "Okay, I gotta run because Juliana's down in the bathroom or something." But she literally just FaceTime so she could see her face. And I can't tell you how much I love this side.
I'll say a couple things. I'm not the best storyteller. The first day that I came to the ER, I met a lot of people, and I was trying to remember everybody's names. I'm terrible at remembering names. And I was meeting everybody and trying to get everybody's names, and Megan said to me, "You don't need to remember everybody's names, remember one name, Megan." Okay, and it was very, very short time later that she went out on her medical leave of her tumor. So I didn't see her for a long time, and she came back. She's like, "You know my name?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I had to remember one name." Of course. So she would always laugh at my stupid jokes. I loved her. Anyway, I just wanted to say one other thing. She had so much going on. And the thing about Megan, just like what Shannon said, is crazy. It's like looking back on my phone, it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. She texted me and she said, I woke up this morning thinking about you, and I just wanted to text you and ask you if you're doing okay and ask you how you're doing." It's like, are you kidding me? This woman had so much going on. She has all this stuff, and she's texting me, asking me how I'm doing. She's so selfless. She's just such a wonderful person, and I'm going to miss her so much. And that's all I want to say. It's just that's it.
I get to follow all the short people. Hi, everyone. So I don't have as many good stories about when I get in close contact, but I have some. The interactions I had with her were so pure. That woman gave the best hugs. Did anyone ever get a hug from Megan? Did it make you feel like everything was gonna be okay? Did anyone feel her smile? The compassion that came off of her, it radiated. It was beautiful. Her soul is, it affected all of us. And losing people to cancer is one of the hardest things to go through because you have to watch them hold on and you want them to win. But the things we have to honor her with is the lessons she taught us, the compassion she gave us and the hugs that she gave. I honor people through my actions and remember them through the compassion she taught me. So she was here to teach us. She was here to teach us how to do better. And we're all going to miss her and we're all going to remember her forever. So that's all I have to say.
Good morning, Megan. Good morning, everyone. Oh, Megan, girl. I got extra glue in my lashes this morning. Hopefully it's not fall off. It's a lot of work. I want to take this time to thank Megan. Thank you, Keith, for sharing her with us. Megan was my rock. My sister was diagnosed. I didn't know what to do. And I sat in the lunchroom for a little bit. Megan walked in on me. I'll never forget that day. And she asked me, what's wrong? I didn't know anything about Megan. This is how I found out about her and how I met her. And I told her that my sister is in trouble. She said, what kind of trouble? I said, my sister is very ill. And then we kind of went into it a little bit. And she said, well, think positive. It'll be okay. And then she told me about her story. And she gave me hope. She was my inspiration. My sister's still fighting. My seventh fight was my mom. But Megan wasn't around anymore. She got very ill the second time. So now I'm thinking, what do I do? What would Megan do? I said to myself, well, she fought hard. My mom's fighting. What would Megan do? What would Megan like me to do? I prayed for both of them. Hard when I found out about Megan. May 28th, Mom passed. And then I found out that Megan's very, very ill. And then I said, oh, hey, so now what? Long story short, Megan, I want to thank you for my inspiration. I love you for just giving me strength to survive everything. Being here, being an example to all of us. You're up there with Mom, look down. Please tell Mom I'm trying to behave. I love you. You are forever my Megan Strong. Love you, Megan.
My son and I bonded over nail polish. We'd always be talking about colors, and Funny Bunny was like our favorite color. And then we had like some seasonal colors that we always would talk about. We bonded over those kids, and she was so proud and happy. to share that with all of us. I think the word that comes to mind for her is grace. She was working in the ER one day, and Shem came up to me and she's like, "I'm super dizzy." And so we did what we did, and I remember walking into the room and having to tell her some bad news, and she was so graceful with it. I mean, I was a wreck, and she was the strong one. It was like that wasn't supposed to be that way. She was so graceful, so strong, and when that was all unfolding, we put her in the ambulance, and she was like, "My God," she was so positive, and we're all around watching her drive away in the ambulance, but she was good, she was strong. So I want you guys, she's so graceful with all of that, and we're gonna miss her terribly, but I think the comfort is knowing that she's in our hearts forever.
There's so much I could say about Megan. One thing, she was such a good storyteller, and she'd always use her voices, and I used to love hearing about the kids and the things that, transpire with them, and she'd make me laugh all the time. And she was such a good mom, and she always said the right things and knew what to do, or gave the right advice to her kids, and she was so sweet. So she gave me so much hope in being a good mom. I admire her, and I look to her for how she was, and so positive and so funny. She is such a funny person, and she was the voices, and I'll just never forget the voices she would just use and her expressions, and she loved her family so much, and we're all going to miss her, but I know they're going to miss her dearly, and I know those kids are going to, she's going to live with those kids, and she left them with a lot of strength to, be strong, and I guess we're all going to miss her, and I love her so much.
Super tall, but also not good at these things. I don't know how to do it. So I have to admit I didn't know Megan terribly well. When I first got to Verdugo, I kind of, saw a whole bunch of people, and I had to, in my role, I had to get to know everybody, so it was overwhelming. It wasn't until my latest job changed that I got to know most of the ER nurses, the ICU nurses, quite a bit better because I was interacting with them more. And I always saw Megan, she always had a smile on her face. I mean, always. I never saw her without a smile on her face. And so when somebody told me the first time, I said, I haven't seen Megan in a while, and they told me why. It was just crazy to me to think that she had something going on, and we never knew. I never knew. And then I just saw her a few weeks ago, and I said, "Oh, you're back." And she goes, "Oh yeah, I'm getting my blood work done, I'm gonna come back, I'm getting all this stuff," and she's gonna come back to work. And then just to hear recently what happened, and it was just so sad for me to know that when I saw her a few weeks ago, that she had all this stuff going on again. I can't imagine if she was in pain, I don't know what, but she never showed that on the outside. And so I just wanted to let the family know that, even just strangers or people who didn't know her that well, she's such a happy person, and so positive that it's just quite amazing to see, so.
Hello to my Vertigo family. Prayers are we out. I'm not good at speaking in front of a crowd. I'm really good at speaking one-on-one, trust me.
We know.
Megan, you're such a beautiful person, inside and out. I'll never forget, everyone changed my name to Kim. Everyone called me Kim since high school. Megan said to me, your real name is Kimberly L, right? And I said, yeah, you said that really good. And she said, I'm not calling you Kim, I'm calling you Kimberly L because that's a beautiful name. Megan was so strong. She was so inspirational. My father was diagnosed with cancer, and I would talk to her about it, and she just always was so positive. It's amazing to me how everyone is saying the same thing about Megan, because that's really who she was. Just a beautiful person, so I won't continue to ramble, but I think she showed us, exactly how we need to be in this life. We need to love and we need to be strong. We need to be positive because we don't know what we may be going through. So, I love you guys. You all are a beautiful team. And my prayers, like I said, are with you during this time because I know this is affecting everyone. All right, I love you guys.
Megan is a great nurse. She's also a great teacher. So I remember when I was new to the emergency department, coming from a different practice area, but I knew a few things. And so one thing that I had a chance to share, this is early in my time at Verdugo, we had an ICU patient, critical care patient, really sick, and it happened to be Megan's patient. And, I'm new, I'm still awkward, so hey, let me show you things. So we had to set up a central line. So we put in the central line together, along with the doctor who was there that day. It was Dr. Cashman. And we had to set up some drips, some medications. And so I was telling her, a trick that I learned in the ICU, you take saline and you run saline through first, and you piggyback together your drips. And then because if you think of your medicine like a canoe, medicine's a canoe, and the canoe's got to go someplace, it's got to go into the body, it needs to go to where it needs to do its thing. But in order for the canoe to get there, you have to have a river. You set up your saline, you get your saline going, and then your medicine, which is a canoe, can follow the river and get to where it needs to go in the body. Oh, it makes so much sense. And she was a rock star that day. So it was a few weeks later, and I'm walking around doing my thing, and I overhear Megan with the student nurse. You gotta have a river. In order for the canoe to get where it needs to go. So she loved to pass on that knowledge and her love for nursing and for our profession. I'm just so proud of her and the growth that she had. And she didn't start in the emergency department. She was a natural in the emergency department. And she was a natural with people who were hurting, who were vulnerable, who just needed someone to show that kindness and compassion. It was very natural for Megan to give. So she was, and still is, the best of us. As many of you know, we invited people who know and love Megan to contribute photos, many of them you saw already this morning, voice recordings, videos, memos, and just to be able to give that as a memento of love to our friend Megan. I'd like to share that with you now, that collaboration. it appears setting that up for us, and we'll be able to do it.
You are admirable.
You are inspirational.
You are the biggest blessing I've received from working at Vertigo Hills.
You are the only Megan I know from Vertigo.
You are kind.
You are great.
You are a phenomenal woman.
Passionate.
You are so beautiful, inside and out.
The only Megan I know from the ER.
You are the person that has inspired me to try to be a better nurse.
You are kind.
Caring. You are inspirational. You are my strength.
You're also the only Megan who would flirt with me. Honestly.
You are the strongest person I know.
You're beautiful. Megan, you are.
Resilient, and most of all, loved.
Get right in.
Which is so amazing. Like, you just blossomed and grew, and gained so much experience, during the time that I met you. I was so proud of you, being one of your preceptors. And, I remember you coming in wearing your reddish lipstick all the time, always having mints.
I was always looking for you to go and hand it to pickle patient because you had always had the most amazing and perfect things to say, and your voice was just like so soothing, and it would not only help, the situation with the patient, but it would calm me down immensely, being you, and my anxiety was so high, and you were always there willing to help.
But I will always distinctly know who's laughing when you laugh. It's so beautiful and hearty and strong as you are in character. But overall, you're one of the most admirable people I've been able and blessed to have worked with side by side. I will always remember how we laughed through really bad days and busy days in the ER. Your heart is so big and full, and you've given back to the world, but it's just you do, and who you are.
I remember one time, there was a run company and you answered the phone, the red phone. And then I remember, and we had a graduation to walk in. Just had your appendix taken out earlier that week. After graduation was over, spent the day with your family. We went down to Chicago City. So I was altering. Luna was jumped over your shoulder and rented over your shoulder and said to you. And just brought out like a heat stroke patient. We had to give her 6 of water from the bottom. Yeah, she was so small.
The next message I have is from Joe. I'm going to read this one off. It says, "Hi Megan, the first time I met you, I had to poke you. I am so glad I didn't miss or use a 16-gauge needle." Joe's known for his 14 or 16-gauge needles. He does amazing with those, but anyway, and I'm so glad you decided to come work with us in the ER.
Thank you so much for all your time and attention I spent with everyone at Vertigo Hills ER. They truly made it an incredible place to bring patients to. There's never any attitude. There's always a huge relief to get to see you there with your smile, with your willingness to help out, follow up with us on patient conditions, and just general incredible attitude. You definitely helped us in the field better our team. We want to take care of the patients and the hospital staff better than they had been. the time with you has definitely made me a better medic and hopefully a better person.
I missed your smiling face around the ER for a while, and I want to give you a little bit of courage. Something that's helped me out in the past, and it comes from the Bible. It comes from 2 Corinthians 4, verse 17. It says, "For this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison, as we look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal." And that gives me hope in telling you that this isn't goodbye. I will see you later, and it's going to be in a better place.
Miss you so much.
Miss you, babe.
Miss you.
We miss you.
Miss you very much.
Miss you, Megan. You know, Megan, she's gone, she's no longer with us, and I know sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to process it, but, Megan, when I first met her, she told me about her battle with cancer, at an early age, which prompted her to, adopt this beautiful, beautiful baby boy. And, for me, that was just a very kind gesture, just a beautiful way for her to make lemonade out of lemon, if you will. And then, just being with her at work, Megan was just the sweetest person. She had the biggest heart. She was always smiling. She was just always kind. She always had something nice to say. Anytime I had an issue, she was the person I would go to. But even when the issue or the situation with you, Kelly Kelly, she had a headache at work. And it's kind of started to spiral, I think, for me, checking on Megan or making sure that she was okay. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm just at a loss of words. My heart is fluttering, and I'm hurting for her and her family, and I wish she was here. I'm just gonna wrap it up. I love you guys, and I pray for your peace and your comfort, as well as for her family.
Just wanted to say thank you for everybody here for doing this. Megan loved you all. She was the best nurse, and all she wanted to do since I've known her was become a nurse. And you all had to do that. She was the best nurse. She got to the ER, she was so happy. She was excited. It's where she wanted to be. It's what she wanted to do. And you all helped her go into that. So thank you.
Thank you again for coming and for sharing your heart, for celebrating with us. I'd like to invite anyone who would like to stay and linger, visit, talk, and share your favorite stories of Megan. We have the patio set up, and you're most welcome to come and stay as long as you like. We also have a photo here on the back table of Megan and Keith. We invite you to sign the photo as a remembrance for the Wolf family. Thank you again for being here.